Alrighty, it's time for WWE Payback 2016 predictions. My name is Aaron Rift from NoDQ.com. I am being joined by good old JM himself, Jeff Meacham. How are you doing today, Jeff?
That would be me. I am doing well. I'm enjoying keeping the bald and the lack of beard. I can see you're doing it as well.
My hair's already growing back.
A little bit, yeah.
Grows fast.
And I've been having either my barber or my mom keep up the bald because I like it. I don't mind missing the hair, but I told you this on Twitter last night. I am not shaving my damn eyebrows. That's your bad. That's your choice.
I have a new bet here. We'll talk more about that later on.
Yes.
So what do you got there with the belts?
The belts. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Okay. Guy by the name of Bill Jeremio up Northern California actually makes custom wrestling figure championship belts. I don't know if you can see that or not. It has my name on the big gold belt, my actual real name on the big gold belt, and then I paid for that one. I paid for a whole bunch of belts actually, but what he did to get stuff on NoDQ.com, I present Aaron with a NoDQ championship belt.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
NoDQ.com championship
and
belt.
And then the Jeff Meacham figure that I showed on Talk Wrestling will have the Talk Wrestling championship belt.
Very nice.
So there you go. So hit him up on Etsy. He's on Facebook at Bad Billy J Belts. On Etsy, I think it's the same name. I don't know for sure off the top of my head, but go to him if you need a custom-made wrestling figure championship belt or a bunch of them. Let us know, and we'll let him know.
There you have it. So let's get to this payback card now.
Have to.
Hey, this is...
It's a good show. I'm just messing around. It's a good show.
This is a really solid lineup.
It is.
And most people, I think, would agree that this lineup is better than the WrestleMania 32 lineup. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. I feel that, everything that was wrong on April 3rd has now been righted, if that's even a word, leading up to May 1st. As far as... I took that break... I was good for about 2 weeks. And somebody told me DVR Raw from LA, it's good. Yeah, okay, whatever. And I watched it, and I was enthralled. I saw Anderson and Gallows. I saw AJ be the number one contender. I saw all these things I've been hoping for go down in one show. So I figured, all right, set the DVR, record Raw.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm back. And it's been enthralling to watch Raw. Even Monday Night Show, which wasn't the best show the last 4 weeks, still kept me engaged.
The thing about that show was the build-up was really solid. I'm actually looking forward to most of these matches, and WWE has been building up the younger talent, the newer guys, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn,
yes.
Kevin Owens, the Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, all these new faces, Anderson and Gallows. There's so many fresh faces now, and the emphasis has been put on those guys, and it's made for better television. We're seeing new matchups, new storylines, and it's just something
we've been
different.
calling for on this channel for about 8 years. Yeah, I remember. I sat at your house 9 years ago for the first Talk Wrestling, just after Benoit passed away. And even back then, the product was starting to decline.
Yeah.
It's been steady at shitty since. And all of a sudden, the last month, it's picked up. It's been great.
Right. Now, the big question is, will the momentum continue after this Payback pay-per-view? There is a stipulation, I guess, that Vince McMahon is going to announce who is running Monday Night Raw at the Payback pay-per-view.
And that, I feel, as much as the matches are important, as they always are in a pay-per-view, that announcement is the key. If Mr. McMahon decides to put Shane in charge full-time of Raw, that'll keep the casual viewer that's been tuning in the last week, oh, Shane's back, oh, let's see what he does with running Raw. It'll keep them coming back. If they put the Authority back in charge, people are going to go, meh, never mind, fuck it, done.
Or will they set up a brand extension? Will there be a new brand split, which is something that has been rumored for quite some time now, ever since Shane came back?
That would be interesting, too. I'd personally like to see that, as long as the talent that's underutilized, like Damian Sandow, like guys like that, get used on whatever show they end up on more prominently. Because that's been the problem the last few years, that they have such a huge roster, bigger than the Agitator, if I remember right. But like half of them you don't see on TV.
Yeah. This could be really interesting. Maybe we'll see some sort of storyline where Shane is given control. Vince picks Shane, and Stephanie and Triple H have to recruit their own names to try and take over, and we have a new invasion storyline. You could do that. You could do a brand extension. I'm really intrigued by this.
As long as NXT is not the Invaders, that's all I ask.
I just hope we get something that's going to lead into a very interesting period leading up to SummerSlam.
You know what? If a boom period happens again because of stuff like this, I'll be so surprised, but I'll be so relieved too.
I want something that's going to shock people, and it's going to say, holy crap, we got to keep watching this and see how it plays out.
Anything that generates a fecal chain is always good.
Right. So let's talk about the actual matches. First up, the kickoff match for the U.S. Championship, which I joked on Twitter. I think it should just be called the kickoff title now. What do you think?
No shit. Yeah. WrestleMania, that's true. Think about this a year ago. Where was the U.S. title a year ago?
It was on John Cena.
Around the race to John Cena after handing Rusev his first ever defeat by pinfall. Whatever it was, submission, whatever it was, at WrestleMania. And now it's on the kickoff for the second pay-per-view in a row. At least. I don't even care who wins. So I'll go with Skippy.
I'm not even sure, because he actually did an interview recently where he expressed frustration about his spot at WrestleMania 32, and he might be in the doghouse right now for all we know.
Well, the fact that he expressed about his spot at WrestleMania being on the pre-show, and now he's on the pre-show again, maybe if he loses, we'll see another corner turn. Maybe he'll do something special and right with him, maybe.
I mean, because of the 50-50 booking at this point, I'm going to say Ryback wins the title.
Okay, that's what I said.
It just, I don't really care either way what happens.
I don't.
It's really sad.
It is. Because I like Kalisto. And I like Ryback to a certain extent. I'm not his biggest fan, let's be honest, but he's growing on me a little bit, like a fungus.
There you have it. All right, so we're both picking Kalisto on that.
No, we're picking Ryback on that.
Oh, Ryback. My bad. All right, let's start off.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Aaron Rift here. Jeff Meacham.
All right, so now for the main card.
Yes.
Which is overall really solid, as I mentioned.
Yes.
Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler.
And this has been building since WrestleMania when Baron came out after and displayed the trophy and had a knockdown drag out with Dolph Ziggler who went to a double count out. And since then they've been brawling on the outside of the ring. So we're finally getting to see these two guys in the ring finish a match, hopefully. I don't want to see another double count. I don't want to see another stupid finish. I want to see Baron Corbin get a definitive win on pay-per-view, and that's what's going to happen.
That's what I'm predicting as well. I feel that that's really the only logical finish here. Baron Corbin needs a decisive win. He's the new talent. And Dolph Ziggler, I'm sure, will make him look like $1 million.
Let's be real. A Battle Royal is a great victory, especially the Andre Battle Royal at WrestleMania. But it's still luck. If you beat a Dolph Ziggler on pay-per-view, the guy that can sell better than most lazy boy chair salesmen, you got something there.
Former world champion.
Former world champion, multi-time. Yeah.
All right, so moving on here, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, grudge match. This is the match that I am really looking forward to more than anything on this show.
We all are, man.
And I think you and me, too, for personal reasons.
Yes.
Because we watched them in PWG for several years.
We did.
And seeing them now going at it on a WWE pay-per-view. I loved that video package on Raw that they did.
Too.
That was done so well.
Did you see the final shot they showed? In front of the ruins there, what was Kevin wearing? PWG shirt, baby.
That was awesome.
I love it. Yeah, I am so tickled. I've made no bones about the fact that I dislike Kevin Steen face to face on a personal level, but these two guys have been the shining stars of NXT, the shining stars of PWG, the shining stars of Ring of Honor in years past, and now they're on the WWE stage. I don't even care who wins.
I don't either.
I don't. So if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to go with Kevin for now.
I agree on that.
But they'll keep going.
I think they will keep going. He'll cheat, break the rules, do something to get a cheap win, and the feud will continue.
But you know what? I don't even care. I just want to sit back. I want you to be here and watch it with me and just sit back and just go, yeah.
Fight forever, right?
Exactly.
I hope they get a lot of time. I hope they get a good 20 minutes because if they're given the time, it could be a potential match of the year contender.
It really could.
Give them the time. Give them a solid 20 minutes, and
Because you remember their NXT battles have been decidedly one-sided.
Right.
It's been all Owens, but now they're both not injured. They're both in their prime, if you will, and they're both raring to go.
And it's in Chicago. Chicago's going to be a hot crowd.
Chicago was always a hot R. I think they had a match in Chicago Ring of Honor. I think. So it'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, we have Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose. Like Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler, this is a match that's really important, I think, for Dean Ambrose to win. Yes. Jericho has gotten some wins. He beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and Dean Ambrose just desperately needs a win badly after losing at
Mania.
What, 3 pay-per-views in a row?
Something like that.
And, well, technically 4 if you count the Royal Rumble as well.
Right.
Although he did win.
He's runner-up.
He did beat Kevin Owens, right?
He did beat Kevin Owens in the Intercontinental Championship. No, not on pay-per-view, though. I don't think.
Royal Rumble.
Was that the same night?
Yeah.
Oh.
He had the match with Kevin Owens.
Hey.
Okay. He lost. He lost at Fastlane. He lost at Roadblock, and then he lost at WrestleMania.
Mania. Yeah. Well, he was going to lose at Mania. We all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Except me, apparently.
Well, me too. I was actually predicting Ambrose.
Okay, I think I was too. I'm not sure. God, I lost more than my hair that day. Yeah, Ambrose has to win. He needs a solid victory on pay-per-view, and Jericho's the guy to give him that victory.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't give it to AJ on pay-per-view necessarily because he didn't do it at Mania. Maybe he'll give Ambrose the rub.
Well, yeah, I definitely feel Ambrose should win. Should be a really good match. Once again, if they're given time, it should be. I don't think it's going to be match of the night, but I think it could surprise a lot of people.
It could be the show stealer though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a dark horse candidate to be one of the best matches in the night. But
definitely.
All right, so we're both picking Ambrose on that. The tag team tournament #1 contenders match. No New Day on this pay-per-view card, which is a little surprising.
And you know what? I'm actually sad about that. Legitimately.
I do think that they will come out at some point.
They'll be out there for the tag team #1 contenders.
They'll confront the winners, I think, at the end.
No, I think they'll be on commentary.
Oh, that's
got in there like Charlotte did on Monday with Natty.
Yeah.
I think they'll be on commentary. And can you imagine Xavier, Kofi, and Big E with Bradshaw, Byron, and Michael Cole? That's a 6-man booth, people.
Yeah. That's going to be insane.
A lot of talking.
Yeah, that very well could happen. So we have Enzo and Cass against the Vaudevillains. This is an interesting one because...
It's a match where I don't care who wins. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, Enzo and Cass are red hot right now. They have been able to maintain their momentum. The fans are reacting to them every week.
Which surprised me. How many times
surprised
I
me
sat
too.
in this chair, facing that camera, Aspen and Cass being called up? I always said... I don't know if their gimmick would work on the main roster. Damn it, it's working, I'll tell you what.
It definitely is. It surprised me because I wasn't sure if that act, the thing with their catchphrases and their whole shtick, I wasn't sure if that was going to get over with the mainstream fans. But right from the get-go, people were doing it.
Well, remember, the first time they came out was the night of WrestleMania, which is always a wild card night.
That was a guarantee.
They had to do that. And the fact that they carried over to LA, which LA, has never seen NXT.
It's more of a mixed crowd. Some casual fans.
Well, as far as the live crowd has not seen an NXT show in their area.
Yeah.
So for that live crowd to be there and call back every single thing Enzo and Cass said was solid. They've been hot. Then you have the Vaudevillains, who, again, another team I sat in this chair and went, I don't know if that gimmick will work, and damn it, it's working. So, but they're a little bit toned down compared to what they were on NXT. They're not getting the huge DQ money entrance like they did at NXT, but it's working for them. And I think if you go with strictly momentum, the fact that Enzo and Cass just put the Dudleys in their place pretty much and have been solid in the tournament, gotta go with Enzo and Cass. Yeah,
the only thing about that is WWE really going to do a face versus face team with Enzo and Cass against the New Day? I'm not so sure about that. I mean,
maybe New Day turns back heel and jumps Enzo and Cass after the match.
That's one way you could do it, but I would be surprised if that happened.
I would too, honestly.
I think it's more likely the Vaudevillains win here just because they're a heel team and it just makes more sense for them to win because Enzo and Cass are already really over. I think the Vaudevillains... I think if they lose this, it's going to hurt them. I think it's better for the Vaudevillains to win this.
But keep this in mind. Would you rather see Enzo and Cass beat New Day, or the Vaudevillains beat New Day?
I think for the Vaudevillains'
Or will they even
sake,
lose the titles?
I think for the Vaudevillains' sake, they should probably win this, and eventually you can have Vaudevillains beat New Day. I mean, I like just having New Day as a tag team champions.
I know you do.
They don't need to.
They've been
lose
champions for like 9 months though. It's like okay.
I just think of the two teams. I think Vaudevillains need to win more at this stage of the game, so they're my pick to win.
I'm picking Enzo and Cass. That's my pick.
So that's our first disagreement. Then.
It is.
All right, so let's move on here. The WWE Women's Title match: Charlotte with Ric Flair in her corner versus Natalya with a bitter Bret Hart in her corner.
Why would they allow him to be quoted saying that? What is wrong with WWE? PR control, people.
I doubt that.
I don't want to be there.
Fault.
Fuck that. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah,
like,
for those of you that missed it, Bret Hart did an interview. He said he's only there for Natalya. He really has no desire.
He's no desire, no interest in being there. It's like, okay, well, why are we having him on the card? God. Oh, it's so bad. Because, and you know what? The girls deserve better than that shit. It's typical Bret 4 out of 10 smirk shit. God. Darn it.
He's really salty lately.
You know what? I get that he had cancer, and that sucks ass.
And he had wrist surgery,
and that sucks too. But it's your daughter on the stage against the first ever new women's champion. Not daughter, niece, sorry. That was bad.
Yeah, you're thinking of Neidhart.
I'm thinking of Neidhart. I'm thinking of Jim. Well, Jim can't be there for what Natty said on Twitter, so that's okay. But honestly, suck it up, dude. And don't let yourself be quoted saying something so asinine as I won't be there. I don't care to be there. Then don't come. Let Natty deal with Nate on her own. She's more than capable of doing it anyway. She's proven in the past.
I'm sure Bret will go out there and he'll be all smiles and.
I'm sure he will, and that's fine. But I don't think Natty's going to win with or without Bret because Charlotte needs a good, solid, more than a month reign as the first women's champion.
I agree. I still think Sasha's going to be the one to beat her for the title.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I see Charlotte... If Charlotte is champion until SummerSlam, will she beat Nikki's record?
No, because it's a new title.
Whatever. Don't start with the new title crap.
It is! It's a new title.
Whatever. But we're both picking Charlotte to retain.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have the IC title match. The Miz versus Cesaro.
And Miz won the night after WrestleMania, correct?
Yes.
From the guy that cost Aaron his hair.
Cost me my hair, and then
cost me the beard.
He loses the title the next night and is never seen again. Well, he was on SmackDown. He lost the rematch, and then he just disappeared again.
God, I watched TV that week. I watched the results go by my screen. And I went, oh, poor Aaron.
Everyone thinks it's a conspiracy. That
it is. They totally watched the show.
Purposely done to screw me over.
They totally was. Absolutely.
We know if AJ. I'll get to this in a minute here. We'll
get there. Okay. Yeah. I want Cesaro. I want Claudio to win so bad. I don't think
Claudio. He's Cesaro.
I know. I call him Claudio Castagnoli. Damn it.
We're not calling Sami Zayn El Generico, are we?
He's not wearing the mask.
Yeah. Well, we're not calling Kevin Owens Kevin Steen.
I did just now, a few minutes ago.
You did?
I did.
Oh, shows how much I'm paying attention.
Exactly. Thank you, Aaron. I'm still gonna be on your show and get recognition. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to pick Cesaro. I don't know why. I want it to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen, but I do. So.
Well, if you don't think it's going to happen, you should predict Miz. I'm predicting Miz because I just think we're not going to get what we want. I think everybody wants to see Cesaro win the title. But Miz just won it. He's got Maurice now. His act has got some momentum. I mean, I think Miz has definitely been doing better since Maurice came back and is in his corner. I think Miz is going to retain with the outside interference. And
I think Miz is going to retain by some way other than pinfall or submission.
Maybe.
I think he's going to get counted out or
DQ'd.
get DQ'd.
Maybe.
He's going to walk out the title anyway.
He'll leave with. So
sucks.
you think Cesaro will win, but by a DQ or countout?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just picking Miz to flat out win with outside interference.
Okay.
All right. And now for the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, everybody's favorite Make-A-Wish granting superstar. The man who is not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's just the guy.
Can I do it for a second?
Yeah.
That is the stupidest promo in the history of wrestling. Either you're a good guy or you're a bad guy wrestling. It's the way it is.
Well, he did make a wish, so he's a good guy.
And the fact that you're acknowledging the difference on TV in your own promo written by Vince, I'm sure, is freaking stupid.
Well, clearly WWE wants the fans to think he's the good guy. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to show that Make-A-Wish footage and do that segment.
I'll even throw a Mike Nagel, Aaron Rift quote in there. It's stupid.
Stupid.
There we go. Against
the phenomenal AJ Styles. And of course, the big storyline in this match is what will Anderson and Gallows do? On Raw, they said that they believe AJ can win the title on his own. So the idea is that they are not going to interfere in this match. But I think for all of us that have watched wrestling so long, we know better than that. We know that there's most likely going to be shenanigans.
They're not fooling us for a second here.
I mean, I think one of two things are going to happen. I think there's going to be the outside interference, or Roman Reigns is just going to flat out beat AJ Styles clean.
I think that there's going to be a ref bump. I think there's going to be shenanigans with Anderson, Gallows, and Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Against AJ Styles for rejecting them, and Roman retains that way.
That is what I think is the most likely outcome. I think Anderson and Gallows, that backstage promo where they tell AJ, we're your friends, we got your back, that whole thing, which is just, leading up to
it's always leading to shenanigans,
inevitable screw job where
Yep.
they double cross him.
Yep.
But I do not see them going with Reigns. I do not anticipate a Roman Reigns heel turn. The fact that they did that whole Make-A-Wish thing, it's clear as day. WWE wants the fans that are booing him to feel bad. That is the reality of it. WWE wants to keep going with Roman Reigns as Cena 2.0 unless there's some sort of major swerve, which I'm not predicting. What I predict is going to happen is Anderson and Gallows will come out and act like they're going to help AJ Styles, and then they turn on him. And Roman Reigns wins, and then Roman Reigns goes on to his next opponent, and AJ feuds with Anderson and Gallows and Finn Balor. Maybe Finn Balor. We'll have to wait and see. He's going back and forth trolling people, saying he's going to be there, and then he's saying he's sticking in NXT. So Finn Balor's just working the internet. Who knows what's going to happen with that?
And what a time we live in. Instead of working the crowd in a promo on TV, you can now work the crowd on the internet. You can totally kayfabe the internet and be like, I'm going to be there. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. It's a great time to be alive.
But here's the thing, to quote a line from you.
Yes, thank you.
If AJ Styles, by some crazy chance, wins the WWE Championship, I will shave off my eyebrows. King Kong Bundy style, if that happens. But I'm almost certain that will not happen. Okay. As I would say, highly unlikely in all likelihood.
Okay.
We're both going with Reigns to retain.
I'm going with Reigns to retain. I don't want to be there watching your eyebrows get shaved. Are you going to shave them off yourself?
Yeah.
Damn it, you're crazy.
What did I always say about John Cena? It's hard to bet against John Cena, and since Roman Reigns is the new John Cena, it's hard to bet against
Roman
him.
Reigns. Yep, that's true.
All right, so I think we agreed on everything but the tag team match. Am I right with that? Based on what I'm seeing here.
I think we.
You're picking Cesaro to win by
shenanigans.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, so we almost agreed on everything.
Almost everything.
All right, so that'll wrap it up for our predictions for WWE Payback 2016.
Live on the network.
Live on the network for just $9.99. NoDQ.com has got you covered. I'll be tweeting on twitter.com/NoDQDOTCOM. Jeff might be chiming in as well on twitter.com/_Jeff Meacham. And Jeff also has the Twitter account for Talk Wrestling
at TW on NoDQ.
There you have it. So stay tuned for all that. Follow Jeff, follow me, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.